Good morning or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this. And welcome to our Slow Flow Thursday class. We're going to move through some gentle stuff with the hips, some core, some breathing, some relaxing. But let's start off sitting comfortably in an easy seat. I'm sitting up on some blocks. So let the spine come up. Let the hips relax and the knees feel heavy. And taking any comfortable seat on the floor, you could be kneeling, where it doesn't feel like an effort to bring the spine towards straight. And as you get settled down, maybe letting the eyes soften or close, and starting to feel into your body, starting to scan the body up and down. Perhaps noticing if there's any feelings with you right now, any emotions or maybe a subtle vibe of something. And also any aches or pains, anything that feels really good right now. Just tracking through the body parts. Maybe you start at the top of the head and send the attention down through the neck to the body, along the spine, and checking in with the belly, with the digestion, checking in with the hips and the pelvis. And then the legs, thighs, and the knees, and the calves, ankles, and feet that might be in contact with the mat. And no need to form opinions about anything that's going on in the body. We're just checking in. And maybe if there is something that's a little tender, we resolve to be kind to that area during this practice. When you've checked in with the body, bring the attention to the breath, feeling the ribs expand with the inhale, draw in with the exhale. Try out a little 3-part breath. We're moving towards this ability to open into different parts of the abdomen with the breath. In a 3-part breath, we'll inhale first into the tummy, and then into the side and back of the ribs, and finally into the upper chest, where we should feel the collarbones lifting and maybe the shoulder blades spreading apart gently. When we breathe out, we'll try to reverse that. Breathing out first in the upper chest, then the mid of the body, and then finally we'll draw the tummy in, we'll draw the navel back. So you can come along with me, or you can take your own rhythm, a 3-part breath. So we'll start to inhale into the tummy, then into the ribs, and then the upper chest, spreading the collarbones and the shoulder blades. So we try not to lift the chest too much. Exhaling upper chest, ribs, and then drawing the belly button back, breathing out through the tummy. It's best to start slow and make sure you've got the capacity for the whole movement. Let's breathe in, tummy, mid ribs, upper chest, back ribs, And breathing out, upper chest, ribs, and then out the tummy, into the tummy, the mid body, and the upper body. Breathing out, upper, mid, belly. One more round. Into the tummy, into the mid ribs, into the upper chest. And breathing it out, upper chest, mid ribs, tummy. And then let that go. Just let the breath do what it wants. You may hear a lot of yogis making a bit of noise when they're breathing. Noise cancellation on videotech tends to cut this out, but we have this breath called the Ujjayi breath. This victorious breath. It's sometimes said to sound like the ocean. There's a small contraction in the back of the throat. We make some noise when we breathe in and out. And if you are unsure how to get this going on, a really nice way to get your head around it is imagine you were misting up a mirror. And you're going, and misting up the mirror. And that noise in the back of the throat, that's the action for the Ujjayi breath. But we do it while we're breathing through the nose. And it shouldn't be too thunderous, too strained. It helps us to feel energized, controlled. And it helps to bring the attention to the breath. So it's this anchor. Or when the thoughts get busy, we have the sound of the Ujjayi breath. So throughout this practice, I invite you to play with that. If it's a regular thing you do, use the Ujjayi breath while we're practicing today. If it's new to you, give it a go. It's not important how much you sustain it. We're going to come to start moving the body now. So let's blink the eyes open. And we'll inhale our hands up. And then we're going to exhale, lift the chin slightly. We're drawing the elbows out to the side. Engaged belly. The gentlest of back bends. We're just opening the upper chest as we draw the shoulder blades gently together. Exhale. We're circling the arms in front, drawing the belly button back. There's this nice upper body stretch, so that should feel really yummy. And then again, the same thing. As we inhale, elbows come out, chin up, gaze up, maybe a slightly bigger opening through the heart. Nice strong tummy. Exhale, upper chest stretch. We can maybe feel, again, this engagement in the deep core here. Once more. Inhale, open. Gaze upwards. And then drawing the backs of the hands together. Deep upper body stretch. Let the back of the neck be long here. And inhale to neutral. And if you're sitting on a prop, let's take the prop to one side. And we're going to come onto the back. And if you want, we can come down slowly here. So soles of the feet on the floor. It's nice, relaxed spine. And we can roll it down, just seeing how that feels. This morning, laying the body out onto the mat, onto the floor. And we're going to just bring a little bit of blood flow, a little bit of movement into the spine. It might be cold where you are this morning. It's early. So we're rocking across the pelvis here. Now the whole rib cage is staying very static here. And the movement is coming again from the deep core. We're massaging the flesh along the top of the pelvis. And we're just maybe coming a little deeper now. The ribs are still staying grounded, and we're rolling onto the top of the buttocks. So we're just massaging the glute a little bit as well here. And it's neither too fast nor too slow. Inviting the body to wake up, but not rushing. A little bigger if it's there. They're coming right over, almost onto the top of the thigh. And still the upper body is soft and heavy. While we're doing this, let's bring our fingertips to the temples and a little bit of massage for the temples, the place where the jaws meet. Maybe you bring a finger behind the ear, and there's that little tender spot behind the ear at the top of the jaw. And just moving the flesh on the face around and experimenting with that. Getting in a bit of the touch that we're mostly very deprived of in these times. And just generally, maybe we're searching for the fountain of youth, starting that face out. Let's turn our hands to the mat. And now we'll come over all the way to the left, as far as we can, with the shoulders on the floor. And then all the way to the right. Nice, we're feeling a little bit of a stretch in the side body. Once more, energize the feet a bit, open the hip, and once more going right. And now we'll pick the knees up, get ourselves settled. The shins are parallel to the floor, nice and soft, feet are floppy here. And we're dropping the feet and coming back. So a little bit here. And what I'm not doing here is I'm not rocking the pelvis loads and straightening the back. The pelvis is staying grounded, lower back staying grounded, and it's just the hip joint where the motion is. You might want to bring the hands onto the belly so you know that you're really keeping the lower body grounded and stable. If this is too much to keep the back on the ground and just move the hip, let's just go for one leg. Absolutely okay. Really, we're looking for that stability through the core. Keep the breath going. Next time you come up, let's gently extend the legs up. A little bit of a stretch. Again, this is a little like morning stretch in those legs. Maybe we floint the feet, which is where we point the toes, but then point the feet and draw the toes back, or Barbie feet, sometimes people say. Floint the feet, and maybe dorsiflex and plantarflex the feet, bending the feet away and towards us. And some ankle rotations. And we're going to take some circles now. So I think we'll bring the hands to the knees. And again, there's probably going to be a bit of movement in the pelvis here. We're trying to keep this movement in the hip joint as much as possible. So we're circling the knees, so they're moving away, and then they're coming together through the middle towards us, out and away. Circles with the knees, hands on top of the knees. Reverse direction. And we're going to be giving these hip joints some love today. Nice. Draw the knees together, and we'll roll on the spine. So start gently, and then bring it to the full length. Just waking the spine up. And next time you come up, get some hang time. We've got a nice soft bridge here, a nice floppy boat. And then we'll roll back. And up again, and maybe the feet come a little further away. We're still soft. Everything's coming from the deep core here. And we're going to roll back. And this time as we roll up, let's draw the hands to the right. So we're in a soft boat and we're twisting to the right. Inhale it back. And lifting up. Soft boat. Twist to the left. Once more each side. If you want to send the legs further away, of course, go for it. And back. Our last side. to the left, draw the hands back to the middle, and we'll hold our boat. So you might have the hands on the back of the thighs, you might be here, might be sending the legs away, you might be pointing the toes. Wherever you are, that's fine. And we'll be here for a few more breaths. Maybe you can stretch a little further. And then let's slowly lower back down, nice and slow and controlled. Nice. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And again, just a little rock. In fact, let's pick the knees up, hands on the knees, and we'll rock across a bit more of the back body this time. Starting the movement in the outside of the hip, finishing the movement in the back of the head. Massaging the whole spine. And then let's send the left leg away, long down the mat. Hands around the front of the right shin. Exhale, drawing the right knee towards the right armpit. Inhale, pushing shin into hands. The foot is active, both feet are active. Exhale, drawing the right knee towards the right armpit. Inhale it away. Exhale it in. Now, next bit, you might want to grab anything you could use as a strap. It could be a belt or a scarf or a t-shirt, anything like that. And we'd want to put it around there. I'm going to get my strap so I can demonstrate this. So you've got a quick moment here. Find yourself any kind of belt, scarf, top, strap, something that's not going to tear that we can wrap around the foot. And when you're ready, we've got the left leg long down the mat, and we're going to take our belt and we're going to place it just at the ball of the foot. And take that belt in the right hand. I'm going to get a nice, strong grip on the belt. And of course, the knee could be nice and bent here. That's completely fine. We're gently seeing where the leg wants to go. Maybe it's coming towards straight. And we're going to be taking the leg out to the right. So to balance, send the left arm out wide, arm down. And again here, we want to leave the whole body flat on the mat. Engage the left foot, engage the belly. As we breathe, let the leg make its way out to the right, slowly. So we want to try to leave the left buttock on the floor. Obviously, the temptation is to roll onto the right buttock a bit, just to get the depth. But of course, then the leg never learns to get into the full position. I've been very much guilty of this, so I know what it's like. We'll try to accept the leg goes as far as it goes, and we'll go further with attention. Breathe into the hip joint. That doesn't mean literally you breathe into the hip joint. It means as you breathe in, you just try to feel into the hip joint and you try to soothe and relax it with your attention and your intention. Given time and repetition, this practice is useful. You go, hip. And you go, oh yeah, that's a bit tight. It could be a bit softer there. So that's what we mean when we say breathe into this joint. Yoga teachers don't think we suddenly sprout nostrils in random places. Keep breathing, keep softening. And we're going to draw the leg back up. So you might want to bend the knee very slightly here. Make sure everything's happy, and we're drawing the leg up. Hopefully most of the power is coming from the adductor rather than the arm, but of course we use the arm. When we come to the top, let's have both hands on the belt and gently use both hands on the belt to draw the foot as if we were going to end up with the toes behind the back of the head. Don't try to straighten the knee. Try to send the heel away. And if the heel manages to travel further away, the knee will naturally straighten. Feel into the hamstring. You might want to bring some fingers to the hamstring and massage it a little bit. Let it know it's okay. Let's have one more breath. So what we're going to do, we're going to relax slightly on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, draw the foot a little further. Inhale, exhale the leg away. Inhale, exhale, draw the leg just a little bit further back. That's it. Mm. The belt is helpful here because you can use a different amount of weight on the foot. And of course, if we don't have a prop to hand, that's fine. We're going to come to bring the leg across the body now. So we'll use the left hand on the belt. Right hand's going to go out wide. I might be going to crush my receiver here. We'll see. And we're drawing the leg across. Now, sometimes people get stuck here. I think I can't go very far. What you need to do is you need to roll that left hip underneath the body so that we end up with the hips stacked on top of each other vertically. And then you might find the leg can get quite a long way. If it's nice for the neck, the gaze can come over to the right. It's a nice deep twist here. You can make this very passive, which is good, or you can energize the toes a little bit, pushing them into the belt and then drawing the foot upwards as if you were in your standing Astapadangusthasana twist variation. On an exhale, and we'll draw the foot back up above the body. One more stretch of the foot towards the back of the head. And then we're going to come to the other side. So first up, place the belt beside you. Draw both knees in, squeeze them in with the hands, and then we're sending the right foot away long down the mat. And we're coming to gently stretch this hip. So if you remember, we inhale the knee away. And as we exhale, we draw the left knee towards the left armpit. Inhale it away. Exhale, drawing it in. Last one. Inhale, so pushing the knee into the hands, pushing the shin into the hands. Exhaling, knee to the armpit. And then we're going to take our belt again and send the leg high. And this is one of those places where just because you could reach the foot doesn't mean it's not worth trying it with a prop and seeing what the difference is. So we're going to come out to the left this time with the left leg. So the right hand reach out wide, palm down, and leaving the body as still as we can. Lowering that left leg out wide. Again, we're keeping both buttocks on the ground. When we find a point where we're about to lift up, come back a little bit and breathe into the joint. Imagine your nostril on your hip sucking the air in. No, don't do that. Maybe a little smile will help the hip to open though. By resisting against the belt, we can keep the leg really strong without compromising the shoulders. And still really soft and balanced across the upper body and the back. And then on the exhale, let's draw the leg up. Like both hands now to the strap. Push the foot into the belt. Exhale, draw the foot as if the toes would lean behind the head. And we can inhale the foot away a little bit. relax. And on exhale, maybe we can find a little more depth. Inhale the leg away. Relax, let it go a little soft. And then on the exhale, once more, deepening that stretch. Lovely long hamstring stretch. Remember to send the heel away rather than trying to straighten the knee. The knee will follow. I'm using the weight of the arms here. Help the muscles relax and lengthen. Fantastic. On the exhale, return the leg to vertical or towards vertical. And on the exhale, we're coming into our twist. So remember, we need to scooch the right hip under slightly. So as we roll over, we find the hips above each other. If it is available here, the hand could wrap around the top of the foot. And have a look at where your arm position is. In the standing posture, eventually we aim to have the arm level with the shoulders and the foot coming up quite high. So if we're there, well, that's something we can contemplate. See how we're doing with that. And we could be wherever. We could be only rolled over a bit with the knee bent, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, if you're uncomfortable, you can always modify and support with the bricks. And this is why I like teaching live, of course, because those that are in the Zoom room, we can suggest things. See if we can bring a little more softness into the shoulders. And then we're going to inhale ourselves back up to center. Exhale, one more extension through the hamstring. Release the belt if you're using a belt. And bring the hands to be on the outside of the knees apart. One more roll across the body. Make this one as big as you can. Mine is restricted by having a load of batteries strapped to my waist. You roll as much as you can onto your side. And we're going to finish our floor warm-up with some little bridges. I don't know, shall we say 10 bridges? I think 10 sounds like a nice number, doesn't it? So we want these to be quite controlled, not too fast, not too slow. Start off by just rolling the pelvis back and forth, maybe lifting the bum off the floor. We're going to lay the back down so that we've flattened the lower back against the floor, what they call imprint in Pilates. Feet are nice and active. It feels like straight line between second toe and shoulders. Backs of the hands on the mat, and remember the cues. It's as if we're sending the feet away. They want to slide away, and we're breaking it with the shoulders, and the hips just come up nicely between these 2 points of grounding on the mat. Exhale as we exhale. Even though we're going a little quicker with these, we're rolling the spine. So we're not dropping the back, rolling the spine down onto the mat. So that's one. Let's go. Inhale it up. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale it up. Exhale, roll the spine down. So there's a wave-like motion. Inhale it up. Back should be feeling really happy here. The thighs, the glutes, the core doing the work. Exhale it down. For a little more core engagement, you might take your brick or a pillow between the thighs and really squeeze the brick. Roll it down. I think that was 4. Maybe it was 5. Let's say it was 4. 5. Roll it down. 6. And 7. Feeling nice and energetic. 8. 2 more. 9. Really waving that spine. Feet strongly pushing away. And our last one. Roll it up. 10. Let's hold here in our bridge. And hands by our sides. Strongly energize the left foot. Inhale, point the right toes, send them away, thighs parallel. If you're holding a block, try to hold onto the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely place the foot back down, energy into the right foot. Inhale, left toes away, thighs parallel, squeeze the block. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, level hips, 2, 1. Place the foot back down nice and consciously. Roll the spine down. Lovely. Take the block out if you've got one there. And let's find our way to all fours. You might like to rock and then find a little flip, or you might just roll onto one hip. And we'll come into our tabletop. Shoulders are above the wrists, index fingers pointing forwards, hands spread, so really big spread through the hands, and the toes are tucked. Now see if just pushing, like you're trying to push the floor away and pushing the toes into the ground, see how engaged you can feel through the whole body. So really like everything is squeezing, but we're doing absolutely nothing. See if you can feel that. And then let it go and soften. And once again, pushing into the floor, like you could really push the whole floor away, pushing into the toes. Everything is like really, really tense, and then let it go. And that feels pretty interesting, huh? So let's roll the shoulders, push off the toes, drop the tummy down. Inhale up, exhale, pushing off the hand, pushing off the toes, cat, cow. So we're energized here. See if we can get the most height. So even though it's a simple movement coming forwards, we'll try to make it very engaged and conscious and active. Exhale, pushing away. Heroic struggle. You could really move the entire planet with your hands. Inhale, bum up in the air. Let's come one more time. Look, I'm getting tired doing this. I'm pushing the ground so hard. Exhale, and roll the shoulders back. Inhale it up. And let's get the left hand and the right foot energized. And we're going to send the left heel back, right hand forwards. Pause for a moment. And again, find some of this strength. Exhale, curl it in under the body. Inhale, send it long. Right hand forwards, left hand foot back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale it long. Maybe we bend the back knee. Exhale. Send the hand back. We're wrapping around the outside of the foot. The fingers coming towards big toe. Inhale. Exhale. Engage. So again, we can use the foot to really open the shoulder blade. And then let that go. Place the hand on the knee. Have a little wiggle. And we'll come straight over to the other side. So the left foot and the right hand are engaged. And we'll send the other limbs. And then exhale under the body. Inhale long. Exhale. Inhale it out. Hips should stay nice and even. Exhale under the body. Inhale it out. And again, we'll see if we can kick up that back foot. Send the hand back. So it's a shoulder opening. And it's a little bit of a back bend as well. Breathe into it. And let that go. Foot down, hand down. A little wiggle again. And then we'll thread the needle. So we're going to inhale the right hand up high. Now, again, this is a kind of move where we go, oh, right, we're coming down onto the side. So we ignore the setup. Have a look at your left hand. Push off the toes, and we're opening. So we're opening towards the shoulders being parallel. So it's actually quite a big twist here. Get that twist. Open the heart. That's it. Lovely. Exhale. Don't land it. Dive the hand under. Float the shoulder. Inhale back up. Open that twist. Strong toes. Exhale, dive the hand under. Inhale it up. This time, exhale it under and lay the head down, lay the shoulder down. Thread the needle. And we can modify here. Perhaps the left hand can come up in the air. Perhaps it can come around to grab the t-shirt or the top of the thigh. If we've found the bind, maybe we can energize through right toes, stack the hips, and float the left leg. Using the bind to open the shoulders, stability from the core, head comfortable. Exhale the leg back down, release the hand, reset the hips, and inhale back into our twist. Exhale, reset the hands, straight to the other side. Inhale, left. So experiment. If I push with the left toes, how does that affect the twist? If I push with the right toes, we're looking for the hips to stay even. Exhale, dive the arm under, float it, float the shoulder. Inhale it up. Exhale, float it under. Inhale it up. This time we're coming into the full pose. Place the shoulder down, place the head down. Inhale, right hand up and bind if it's there. Exhale the leg away. And again, here we're not just staying with the hips even and lifting the foot. We're stacking the hips and we're raising the leg. So the toes point towards the left hand. Float that foot. Lovely. When you're ready, lowering the leg back down, releasing the right hand, reset the knees, reset the hips. Inhale up. Exhale the hand back down. Untuck the toes and send the butt back. Take 2 or 3 breaths in your child's pose. If the buttocks aren't reaching the heels with the head down, just prop the head so we get this feeling of the buttocks heavy on the heels, and that really eases off the lower back. If we're happy that we're resting with the weight on the feet, maybe the head comes down. And from here, let's raise the hips and we'll walk the hands forward and we'll find puppy dog pose. So the forehead might be finding the mat. The chin might be finding the mat. Chin and chest. Try to make sure that the breath is still flowing. How does it feel to tuck the toes or untuck the toes? And we're gently going to come up from that, walking the hands in a little, strong through the toes. Let's lift up into a downward dog. Just padding through the heels here. 45 minutes before we got to a standing posture. And when you've been practicing yoga for some period of time, this downward dog will become so familiar. It's like, putting on your favorite, comfiest trainers. So it's just calming to be here. Your body goes, oh yeah, I know this. It becomes like a little home. So just patting the heels up and down, maybe even closing the eyes. And the other fascinating thing, or one of the other fascinating things, is not only does your downward dog become like a favorite comfy thing. It's also like playing the same song forever. And every few years you realize, oh, I've been playing it so crudely or whatever, and you suddenly think, wow, I never realized that my fingers should be here. And when you have another few years of exploring the fingers being here, keep the hips moving here, keep it feeling really yummy. And then you think, oh, wow, I could draw those muscles in, and maybe the legs could get a bit further away. And there's another, however long of exploring that new idea. And sometimes we think, oh, yeah, I've really got this now. Only for there to be yet another revelation further down the line. And that is supposed to sound really encouraging because it kind of never gets boring to do these same poses because there's so much to learn inside them. See if we can make the sideways action a little more. So turn the head to the left, bend the left knee, come onto the toes of the left foot. Exhale to the center, come up onto the tiptoes of both feet. Exhale to the right, bending the right knee, looking to the right. So a little twist in our dog. Inhale to center on both tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees very deeply, deep as you can. So we're coming down to this crouch. Bring the legs back towards straight, heels descending. Nice big inhale, exhale. Coming to this deep crouch, nice and slowly, no rushing here. Inhale, exhale. And maybe there's a bit more of a feeling of the sitting bones, the bottom of the pelvis reaching for the sky. Let's go one more time. Inhaling up onto the tiptoes, exhaling, slowly, deeply bending the knees. Calming inhale. Exhale. And as I'm coming up, you'll see the rib cage is locked onto the thighs. And going to a nice deep downward dog. And we're going to come to the front of the mat. So again, with our hips rocking from side to side. Little steps. Take your time. Explore the different angles of movement as the angle between the hands and the hips changes. And eventually, the knees will be softening as the feet come towards the hands. And then we'll move the weight back over the heels, float the hands, take opposite elbows. Inhale, gently lift the chest. Lift the torso from the legs, and then exhale, lay the torso onto the thighs, away to the head and the arms, encouraging space between the vertebrae. Breathe into this. Shift the weight forwards and back, left and right. Feel the different tissues in the hamstrings, the calves, lengthen and stretch. Inhale the body just gently off the thighs. Exhale, maybe we can lower the body just a little bit further along the legs. Rib cage settling into the thighs. Body is heavy. Just gently shifting left, right, forwards, back. And then moving the weight over the heels, releasing the elbows. Inhale, just like the beginning of the class, elbows come wide. Tummy draws in, and we lift to parallel with the ground. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, pick it up, unfurl the elbows, arms wide, body parallel with the floor. Exhale, this time all the way. Hands above the head. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Nice. A little bounce from one foot to the other. We're just letting the blood pressure adjust. We've been down or upside down for a long time. And we've worked into those hips a lot. Let's see how we're feeling in our balance pose. And this can be our little play time at the end here. So we'll inhale the right knee up. As always, check that the leg is not too locked. There's a little bit of bounce in the opposite knee. And we'll start just with hand around the shin and we'll open out the leg here. We've got the nice mudra here, finger and thumb in the circle. Exhale the knee to center, left hand outside the thigh. Gently take the gaze over to the side, maybe behind you, maybe at the arm. Inhale it back. And then finally, hands under the thigh, exhale the heel away. So this is the movements we were doing on our back with the strap. So now we'll come to send the leg out. Now we might leave the hand here. Maybe we're going to go for the big toe. And we're going to open out into our balance. Breathing. And exhale. We can draw the foot back in front. And maybe the hand can go up. Maybe it can come to the other side of the foot. Holding the foot with both hands. Try to straighten up and then exhale. Circle the right hand back. Maybe the gaze can come with it. And we're not twisted as to Padangusthasana. Inhale. Back to the front. You can bring the forehead to the shin, but I think I'm going to fall over. Yeah, I don't think that's happening this morning. Let's exhale and we'll bring the foot into half lotus. So just holding the top of the foot here. It's like a tree, but with the foot on the thigh. Let the hip be heavy. And then let that go. Place the right foot back down. And we'll take a little bounce. Quick, soft vinyasa. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back to our plank. On the next exhale, through the knees. Down to the ground, straight up into cobra on the inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes. Lift up and back to our downward dog. With a little hop, take the feet outside the mat. Look at the hands, and then we're going to go hop, 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 hop. Hop them back again. Hop, 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 hop. And then bring the feet together in the middle. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, release the hands. And we'll come to our balances on the second side. So this time the weight's in the right foot. Inhaling up that knee. Check in with the joint. So we'll just take the prep first. We're opening. Exhale, draw the knee back into the middle. Change the hands. And inhale. Find the twist. Inhale back to center. If you took it on the first side, we'll try to come to the balance. So the first two fingers wrap around the big toe. Straighten the spine. Inhale, open it out. Nice breath here. Find something steady to focus on. Exhale, draw the foot to the front. Maybe we can find our hands around the foot. And then on our next inhale, open out. Maybe the gaze comes to the side or the back. Gently inhaling it back to the center. See if we can get both hands on the leg. Draw it up. And then we'll let that go. We're coming into our half lotus tree. So the knees got drawing down and away. We'll raise one hand. Exhale, let's let that go. Shake out the standing leg. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, we'll come down into our squat. So our malasana. So maybe the heels will reach the ground, and maybe they won't. Either is fine. Got the triceps inside the knees. We're going to roll the shoulders back and open the chest up. We're just seeing if we can come a little more upright. And that's all of the challenge. Is just see if we can really energize the triceps, draw in the tummy, and get the spine coming more vertically. Basically to the edge where we might fall over backwards. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. If you've got your Bakasana, just come up into a crow, or 5 breaths in Bakasana, or stay with your squat. Exhale, place the feet back down on the mat. Release the bottom to the floor. And just like that, an hour is over. So roll ourselves back down onto the mat. And we'll finish with a happy baby just to keep those hips super juiced up for the day. So we're finding the hands on the toes, outside of the feet, on the shins. And we're imagining that the knees might come to the armpit. And we're leaving the sacrum on the floor. So we're not rolling the back off the floor. See if we can breathe into our hips again. Usually we have a couple of muscles that are locked on here. See if you can soften inside the hip joint. It may help if you're holding the toe to just energize the toe a little bit, push the toe into the fingers, and see if you can find some more softness in the hip. Gently releasing the feet and sending the legs away, or resting with the feet on the ground if that's not comfortable. If we have an eye mask, covering the eyes. And we'll rest for 2 minutes in our Shavasana. Shavasana actually means corpse pose. Something I think a lot of modern yogis steer clear of mentioning. But yogis of times past would meditate at the cremation grounds. And as they believed in reincarnation, death wasn't necessarily a sad thing at all. Especially if one had had a dedicated spiritual practice. You would return once again as a yogi or a guru. or you might even be released from this plane of existence. And also by contemplating our inevitable death, we perhaps remove some of the fear around it. I don't need to talk about this too much, but it's nice to fill in some of the details, I think. Notice where your body meets the ground. See if you can find 5% more heaviness. And then we'll gently wake the body up. So moving the fingers and toes gently, flexing and pointing the feet, rotating ankles and wrists, and then sending the arms above the head, stretching very long. Taking a big breath in and sighing it out, going limp once again, and then rolling onto one or the other side, making our way up to sitting. Taking a moment to just check in with what you've just done, to find a short gratitude practice, and just thinking of a couple of things you're grateful for right now. Inhale the arms above the head. Let them meet in Anjali Mudra. Draw that universal gesture of prayer down towards the heart. On an exhale, gently drawing the chin down towards the chest, leaving the spine tall. Thanks and gratitude for the practice. Namaste. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's loads more on my YouTube channel, and I'm teaching live every week. So come over, hit subscribe, join the Facebook group. Links are in the video description. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye for now.